is Ashton and welcome to my channel, Mum of Mystery. I am new to YouTube. I absolutely love reading. I'm obsessed with BookTube and all of the amazing book girlies that are out there that I watch. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to join in on the fun. Why not? So this is my first video. I'm really glad that you're here with me. And I'm going to start off by sharing with you my favourite books of the year and just sort of go over some of them. And I'm also going to share with you a big massive book haul of all the books I was gifted and I bought leading up to Christmas. I'm really excited that you're here with me and I'm excited to get into the book, so let's do it. I cannot tell you how many times I have tried to start filming this clip. My 12-year-old daughter is very funny and she keeps making me laugh. Anyway, it's fine. Let's get into the books that I have read for this year, 2023. I've had a really good reading year, I'm not going to lie. Last year I managed to read 95 books. Amazing. Most I've probably ever read. And this year I obviously wanted to beat that. I wanted to reach 100. I finally joined Goodreads and I'm happy to say that I completely surpassed my goal. And I have almost read, I'm currently on 129 books, but I'm almost halfway through this. And I'm going to get this done before the end of the evening. So it's going to count as 130 books. Obviously, I'm not going to go through every single book because this video would be way too long. But I do want to start off with talking about some of the books and the authors that have easily become some of my all-time favourites. So last year, I managed to... Lost my train of thought then, sorry. This happens quite a lot. I downloaded my library app, the BorrowBox app, and I now listen to a lot of audios. I borrow a lot of books from there, saves me going to the library. Absolutely love it. That's where I discovered Heidi Swain. She has easily become one of my new all-time favourite auto-buy authors, as they say. And this year, I read 3 of her books, and every single one of them I rated 5 stars because I absolutely loved. I don't have physical copies of those books, so I'm going to add them here. But we have Summer Fair, A Taste of Home, and The Book Lovers Retreat. And that one was my absolute all-time favourite. I just loved it. I loved all the characters. I loved the concept. Cabin, sort of lakeside cabin. They go away on holiday. Close proximity, false proximity in a sense. And I just absolutely love it. My next go-to author, I already just showed you this book here, is Trisha Ashley. I love Trisha Ashley's books, and this particular book is my all-time favourite of hers. It's The 12 Days of Christmas, and I reread this every single year. I usually read it Christmas going into the new year, so actually this is my second time reading this year because I actually did it at the beginning of 2023 and I'm finishing the year off with it again. She is my favourite, 5 stars. And 2 of her other books that I read this year, again, I rated both of these 5 stars, and that's A Good Heart is Hard to Find and A Leap of Faith. Now, her writing is just so cozy. Obviously they're romance based, but I just absolutely love her writing style. I love the characters. I love the way she builds up the story. It's spot on for me. She can never do no wrong in my eyes, and I absolutely love her. Next I'm going to show you some of my standalones 5-star reads. The first one I don't have a physical copy of. It's The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It's the only Taylor Jenkins Reid book I have actually read. I have not read any of her others. I don't know if I have any intention of reading any of her others, but this particular one, I thought I'd give it a go. I don't normally like jumping on the bandwagon, or when there's lots of hype around things, I tend to kind of avoid it like the plague. And then a couple of years down the line, I'll go, oh yeah, I'll give that a try. And then I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I miss out? But I did The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo this year, and I absolutely adored it. Gave it 5 stars. For me, it was just beautifully written, and it felt like listening to an old friend when she was telling all of her stories, and I just got lost in it. Absolutely binged it, and I absolutely loved it. The next standalone that I read and completely fell in love with is The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. This is, I think it's more literary fiction, as they say, and there's an element of magical realism in it, but it was so beautiful. I cried, I laughed, and I just felt so much connection to the 2 main female characters in this book, and I just think everybody should read this book. Moving on to the next, we'll go with Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. Now again, this is another one that got so much hype, and I didn't think that I was going to enjoy it. I thought, that's not really for me. And I thought, you know what? Sod it, I'm going to give it a go. And I'm so glad I did. Like, I was blown away by it. Like, it was not what I was expecting at all. And it was just stunning. The story was stunning. It was sad. It was empowering. It was just, I just loved it. And I did not see the ending coming at all. It just went in a completely different direction than what I thought. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I would recommend it if you haven't already read this. What else do we have? I also read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I cannot for the life of me remember who it's by. Oh, V.E. Schwab, that's who it's by. This was one that I borrowed from the library, so I'm just going to put it up here. And this was such a long book, and when I first started reading it, I was like, oh gosh, this is going to be a slog to get through. I was really intrigued by the concept of it, and I'm so glad I stuck with it, because again, what a beautifully written book. I shed so many tears, and when a book can move me to literal sobs, then I'm sorry, but that's a 5 stars from me. And I absolutely loved that book. I'm definitely, I think, going to try some more of V. Schwab's writing. I just haven't got round to it yet. But yeah, definitely something I will pick up probably in the new year. Now, I had to mention this series as a whole. It is the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. Now, I didn't read this book. This book I read last year, and I absolutely loved it. But for me, the series just got better and better. This book in particular just blew me away. It was so good. Like, I devoured it. I can't get enough of Pip. I think she's absolutely amazing. If you like murder mystery, crime, all the good stuff, you have got to read this series if you have not already read it. Speaking of more series, I started the Kingdom of the Wicked series by Kerri Maniscalco. Obviously you will only see 2 books here. That's because I've only read the first 2. The first one, I loved it, really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4.5 stars. I absolutely love Raph. Amelia is a little bit annoying. Well, I found her a little bit annoying at first, but got over it. Raph, just absolutely loved that character. This book, though, I gave 5 stars to. This is the second one, which is called Kingdom of the Cursed. Oh my god, absolutely amazing. And I can't wait to finish the third one, which is Kingdom of the Feared, which I hopefully will be picking that up in January. These I actually read as part of a buddy read with a gorgeous friend of mine, Gemma. So I'm hoping to do the third one with her as well. Next, I came across this series. Now, this is aimed at, I believe it's kind of that middle grade. It's like 11 to 14. I think it's about that kind of age. Yes, I read middle grade books. Yes, I'm a big kid at heart and I don't care. I absolutely love it. This series, it's called The Ghost Hunter Chronicles. It's by Yvette Fielding. Now, if you are fans of paranormal and ghost hunting, you will probably know that name. If you live in the UK or if you just love those kind of shows, she did Most Haunted. And I've always found her a little bit annoying, but I was intrigued to pick this up. The actual premise of the book, the storyline, the characters, it just sounded interesting and right up my street. So I gave it a go. I actually listened to this on audio and it was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I think I only gave it 4 stars, but I did love it and I had to go on and read the rest of the series. So there are 2 more books so far in the series. I think she is going to continue to bring more books out, which I'm very excited for. But the other books, I'm going to put them up here, are The Ripper of Whitechapel and The Witches of Pendle. And I loved all 3 of these books. I can't tell you which one was my favourite. Maybe the Ripper one, but that's probably because I've always had a fascination for the Ripper and Whitechapel. I think it happens when you live in London and you go to school in the East End, you know. And I just love history. Anything history, anything mystery, love it. One more series that I'm going to go on about, and you're all going to know what it is because everyone's going on about it, and that is the Once Upon a Broken Heart series by Stephanie Garber. Oh my god, do I love this woman's writing. I read Caraval a few years ago. I'd had Caraval on my shelves for so long, didn't touch it. Finally read it, completely binged it, fell in love, had to rush out and buy Legendary and Finale. And then obviously when she brought these out, and I knew it was going to be it's not an extension, it's still in that world, but it doesn't continue on from that series, but it is a little bit interconnected. But it does have one of my favourite characters from the Caraval series, and that was Jax, the Prince of Hearts. I had already read this one, I think in 2021 or 2022, but then I just wanted to get the whole set before I read anything else. I binged them all within 1 month once A Curse for True Love came out. The whole series is 5 stars from me. I do love all of the books. If I had to choose, I would say that my absolute favourite is The Ballad of Never After. This story just took it to a whole nother level. It was fantastic and I can't get enough of her world. I can't get enough of her writing, and I really, really, really hope that she continues with some of the side characters in this series and we get to see some of them. That would be pretty amazing. I would love to see Lala, if you know who that is. I would love to see her story because I just love her. I think she's fabulous. And then the final, oh no, sorry, I've got 2 more to go. Now again, this is an author for me that I've been reading for quite a long time. She originally had a different name. She went under a pen name of Marie Hall, and she had the Kingdom series, which I love and I devoured, and I continue to reread every single year. She then changed her name and started writing as Jovi Winters. and she has a series and it's called The Dark Queens, and these are the final books in that series. So we have the Centaur Queen. They're quite short, but they pack a punch. I absolutely love them. We've got the Bewitching Queen, the Stone Queen, the Fire Queen, and then finally the Flower Queen. Mostly these are kind of like alternative to famous kind of fairy tale characters, Greek mythology characters. She takes them, she completely twists their stories, and she just makes them into something absolutely magical, and I adore them. And I can't wait to read more. She's also got a Dark Kings series, which I'm going to start collecting and read all of those. And I do really, really hope that she brings out more books. And then lastly, for 2023, a new author for me that I have fallen in love with. And I can't wait to just read more of his stuff. And that is, of course, the amazing Grady Hendrix. So I do believe the first Grady Hendrix I read was How to Sell a Haunted House. I borrowed this from the library and I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. I love horror. I love scary. I love Halloween. I love all things, you know, of the macabre, I suppose, as they say. And I just thought this was really clever. And if you know, you know. And Pupkin absolutely terrified me. That's all I'm going to say. I also listened to the audiobook of the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I think that's the full title. Absolutely loved that one as well. That was easy 5 stars for me. Completely gripped, just adored it. And then I also read this year My Best Friend's Exorcism. I'm sorry, but just look, it's so pretty. I just love it. Love it. This one I did only give 4 stars. I still loved it. Really good concept, but just didn't quite hit the same as the other 2. So that's it. Those are my all-time favourite books of 2023. And I'm looking forward to all my books that I'm going to be able to read in 2024. I'm going to try and do this as quick as I can because there's a lot of books, and I'm aware that I've already been talking a lot because I can talk for England. But let's just dive in. I'm just going to title and who it's by, and there's a lot. So I'm going to start with the middle grade books that I just recently got that were part of a sale in the works. I love a good middle grade. I love sort of delving in, going back to my childhood, feeling nostalgic, being silly, and I like to read them so that I can recommend them to all of the young people in my life, because there is an awful lot. My daughter is 12, and yeah, nieces, nephews, you know, I just like to be able to recommend books. So I went for The Great Dream Robbery by Greg James and Chris Smith. Show that there. The Hatmakers by Tamsin Merchant. This one looks so cool. I am so intrigued. A Boy Called Christmas by Matt Haig. Now, I have read The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Obviously, that is an adult book, but I absolutely adored that. So I'm interested to see what some of his books that are aimed at the younger audience are like. And finally, by David O'Doherty, I got The Summer I Robbed a Bank. So those are the middle grades that I went for. So I'm excited for those. Now, I have not read some of these authors before. Some of them I have, but let's just get into it. So Lucy Score, I've heard so many good things about her. Haven't read a Lucy Score book yet, and this is the first one that I'm going to give it a go. I picked it up in the works. It's called The Worst Best Man. If you have read any of these books, please let me know what you thought of them, if you thought they were worth it. I want to know your favourite books of 2023 as well. Put those down. And I'm always looking for recommendations, so please. This one I got in the works again on sale for £1. £1, can you believe it? An absolute bargain. It's still got the stickers on, but this one is called Weather Girl, and it's by Rachel Lynn Solomon. Again, no idea, just sounded all right. Beth O'Leary, I really enjoy Beth O'Leary's books. I loved the Flatshare and the Switch. The Roadshow was good. I didn't, the Road Trip, sorry, not the Roadshow. The Road Trip, I did enjoy that. Not as much as the other two. I haven't read this one, so I picked this one up. This was only £3, and it's The No Show. So looking forward to reading that. This one, again, absolute bargain. I have seen quite a lot of people talk about this book this year, and I'm really excited to get into it. It's Ashley Poston, and it's The Dead Romantics. I got this for £1 in the works, and I cannot wait. I am so excited to read this one. So, next one, Nothing Stays Buried by PJ Tracy. It says, he's killed before, he'll kill again. These kind of books, crime, thriller, that's where I started out. These will always be a go-to for me, and I know I will fly through it. So looking forward to that one. Now, some of these are Christmassy. Obviously, I've not got around to reading them, so I'll just save those probably for next December. But we have Let It Snow by Beth Moran. Another cute little one. This one by Kerry Barrett. It is called Like a Charm. So currently these are all books that I have bought for myself in the lead up to Christmas, because I knew that come the new year, I was going to have to put myself in a book buying ban because my TBR is out of control. Now these ones I got with some vouchers that I was given for Christmas. I'm really excited for this one because, again, I've seen a lot of people talking about it, and that is by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and it's the Natural series. So this is the first one in the series. It is YA, and all I keep hearing it compared to is like a YA Criminal Minds. Sign me up. I love Criminal Minds, one of my favourite shows. So I'm really looking forward to that. Another writer I've never tried before, but I've seen the name crop up quite a bit on my Amazon, and I'm excited to give this a go. And it's Simone St. James, and it's the Book of Cold Cases. So looking forward to delving into that. Again, never tried this author. Everyone raves about her, and I thought I would start out with, because it was on offer on Amazon, Book Lovers by Emily Henry. So there we go. Now this one of my all-time favourite authors, as you'll probably see the further along we go in my channel, is the one and only James Patterson. I absolutely adore him, adore his books, and in particular the Alex Cross series is very close to my heart. I bought this because I needed it. It was one of the only ones that I had missing, because I did a big swap over because I had loads of hardbacks, and I just wanted to swap them over so that they were all the same, all paperbacks. So this was the only one I had missing. So I've got that so that I can try and reread that series. Another one that I'm quite looking forward to, because again, I've seen a lot of people talking about it, and it's by B.K. Borison, and that is Love Light Farms. There we go. Oh, one more middle grade. I read the first book in this little, it's a duology, and it's by Jenny McLaughlin, butchering that name. It's The Dead Good Detectives, and this one is called Ghost Rescue. Just show you that there. I absolutely loved the first one. I binged it, and it was so funny, and it was so good, and I'm just excited for the second one to see how it finishes up. Obviously before I mentioned in my favourites of 2023 was the Kingdom of the Wicked series. Like I said, I've got the 3rd book. I'm going to get that finished up. But I had to, because it was half price, get my hands on, this is another book by Kerri Maniscalco. It is part of that same universe, but this book is about envy, I believe. So you've got all the 7 princes of hell, and Prince Wrath is obviously the one that I was telling you about. In this book, it's all about Prince Envy. And it's just, look at that cover. It's just stunning. I just love it. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this continues and what is going on with Envy. Again, let's go through these ones. Again, these ones are just ones that I got for myself. These are in the sale. Some of the, yeah, these next 4 were, again, £1. Crazy. Can't go wrong. So we've got Just for Christmas by Scarlett Bailey. I just love a cozy, Christmassy romance. You just can't beat them, especially in December. Just absolutely love it. Kathy Bramley, Merrily Ever After. I don't know what most of these are about. I remember reading them at the time, but I don't remember now. Katie Fjord. I've read, I think, one of her books, and it was okay. Like, I enjoyed it. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad. It was a nice, you know, romance sort of book, quick and easy. So I got Summer of Love by Katie Fjord, and a Rose Petal Summer. There we go. I've read one Jo Nesbø book before, Knife, I think it was. Enjoyed it. It was good. It was okay. This one was on offer. These were all now, I think, part of the 3 for £6 at the works. There we go. So that one's called Phantom, and it's part of the Harry Hole series. I don't know how many books there are in that series. I don't know what number this is either, but I think you can kind of read them as kind of standalone. So let's see. This one looks really good. It's by T. or Monroe, and it's called Slaughterhouse Farm. Absolutely excited for that one. Patricia Cornwell, I really enjoy her writing. I've read 1 or 2 of the, it's a series, it's the Scarpetta, Kay Scarpetta, I think her name is. She's like a medical, like coroner, medical examiner type thing. Absolutely fantastic. This again was part of the 3 for £6, and this one is called Livid. Obviously I probably won't read it anytime soon because I want to get the rest of the series. This is a new one. It's by Amelia Jones, and it's called Enemies to Lovers. Very pretty. And then we've got James Bailey. I've never read a rom-com type romance book, if you like, by a man, so I'm interested to see what this is like. And it's called The Flip Side. It's got an interesting premise, so let's give it a go. Why not? And then by Shannon Bright, we've got Every Wish Way, because I'm just absolutely loving these kind of small town witchy vibe type books. This one is the Dinner Lady Detective series by Hannah Hendy. I've read the first one. I have the second one. I did enjoy the first one. Didn't blow me away, but it was good. It was fun. So I do want to finish the series. So I got A Terrible Village Poisoning, which is book number 3. And then A Frightfully Fatal Affair, which is book number 4. There we go. Now, these ones I'm probably the most excited to get to in 2024 because everyone's talking about them, everyone's read them, and I'm finally joining in. So we've got the Chestnut Springs series by Elsie Silver. So I've got the first 4 books here. I know there is a 5th one, I think, that's just come out. Came out this year, so obviously I'll read these first and then I'll get that. But looking forward to those because I've only heard good things. Another one that everyone seems to be absolutely raving about, and it's Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I just found out today that it's her debut novel, which I knew, but I'm sure someone said she's only 18. Like, I'm just blown away. Amazing. I haven't read it yet, but I'm blown away at the fact that it's her debut and so many people love it. I've also got 2 books by Hannah Grace, which I think are they are standalones, but I think they're part of like the same sort of university type vibe. The first one obviously is Icebreaker, and the next one is Wildfire. So I'm intrigued to read those. So let's give those a go. I think this one is probably one I'm going to say I'm probably most excited for this, because it's very different. It's not something that I would ever have normally picked up if it hadn't come across my radar, and so many people across Bookstagram, Booktube, all of that, non-stop talking about it. So many good reviews, and that is of course Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. And look at that cover. I just love it. Sign me up. Love it. And finally, this little bundle are the books that I was gifted for Christmas. So these 4 were from my mum and dad. So we've got The Noise by James Patterson. Standalone one, I think. Intrigued. Don't know what that one's about. But it's James Patterson. Can't go wrong. C.E. Rose, The Shadows of Rutherford House. Love it. Right up my alley. Sid Moore. And this one is called Witch Hunt. Love it. And we've got Charlotte Northedge, The People Before. Now, these were gifted to me by my brother and sister-in-law. And I just love them because I gave them these books and I said, just pick one out of them. And they bought me all 5. Love them. This is the final one in the... It's not a series. They're all standalones. But they're by the same author. It's Alice Hunter. And this is the last one. It's The Serial Killer's Sister. This year I have read The Serial Killer's Wife and The Serial Killer's Daughter, and oh my god, did I love both of them. I gave them both 4.5 stars. They're so quick, short, sharp chapters, and they both blew me away. Twists, turns, love it. What more could you want? So I've got this one. I'm looking forward to finishing up that one. Hannah Nicole Maher, not quite sure, but it's Assistant to the Villain. I just love the idea of this one. Let's see. Heard a lot about this one as well. This is by Cara Hunter and it's Murder in the Family. Super excited for that one. Heidi Swain, my go-to girly, love her, and this is her brand new one that she brought out this year, The Festive Feeling. Obviously I will probably be saving that for December next year, but very excited for that. And another one of my auto-buy authors, which is Ali McNamara. I absolutely love her, and this one is called It Always Snows on Mistletoe Square, and it just looks so cute and festive. Absolutely love it. And then the final ones that I got, now these were gifted to me by my absolutely beautiful daughter Hannah. She just knows me so well. She decided to get me The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. Now these are YA, but I have heard some really good things about these, so I'm excited to see if I like them. And she also got me Betting on You, so looking forward to those. And she got me this because I know secretly she wants to read this one as well, so I imagine we'll be sharing this one. and it is Horror Store by Grady Hendrix, and it just looks so cool. It's so different. It's kind of laid out like it's a IKEA catalogue. That's the kind of vibe that you get. And I just think it's so clever, and I can't wait to do it. Can't wait to get into all these books. That's it. Thank you for sticking around if you stayed this long. If you made it to the end, leave me, I don't know, a little emoji. Leave me a Christmas tree. Let's do a Christmas tree, why not? And hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.